So, this week's Dynamite was the Grand Slam event, and it kicked off with probably the biggest match on the card, which was AEW World Champion Kenny Omega against the American Dragon Bryan Danielson. And this was just one of those matches where the crowd was hot and was already chanting before the match even began. But I got a few things I need to say about this match. First off, why would this be the opening match to your show? This is easily the biggest match on your card. Why is it not the main event? I missed the first hour of the show, and I missed this dream match, which was really the only match I wanted to watch that night. But that's not the only thing that was wrong about this match. I mean, don't get me wrong, this was a technically superb match. I mean, anybody who's seen anything from these two would know that these two are probably the two most technically proficient wrestlers on the planet. It was impressive, it was exciting, it was all going so well, and the crowd was chanting and getting more and more excited as it got more and more physical. But then, Danielson applied the label lock, and the time ran out. Why would you make this dream match just for it to end in a draw? I get that it protects your two biggest stars, since Omega is the AEW World Champion and Danielson is arguably your hottest new signee. But from a fan's perspective, we've been waiting for this match for years, and you end it in a draw? That would be like The Rock and John Cena having their once-in-a-lifetime match at WrestleMania, and that match ending in a draw. I would be pissed. Anybody would be pissed. And of course, the crowd was pissed at the end of this match because we didn't even get a winner. This dream match didn't have a winner. From a booking perspective, I kind of understand it because you need to protect both these guys. But from a fan's perspective, you are not doing yourselves any favors. But either way, after the match, the Super Click came out to try to get Danielson off of Omega, and then they super kicked Danielson, and then Christian Cage and Jurassic Express came down to even the odds. And then next, we had a segment with CM Punk, and he basically hyped up the match he's going to have with Will Hobbs on Rampage. And then MJF took on Brian Pillman Jr., and the match ended when MJF got distracted by Julia Hart on the outside, and Brian Pillman connected with a drop kick through the ropes, and when he threw MJF back into the ring, he tried to springboard and attack him, but MJF caught him and locked in the Salt of the Earth armbar and submitted Brian Pillman to get the win. And then Alex Marvez was backstage with Chris Jericho and Jake Hager, and they basically hyped up their match with the Men of the Year on Rampage. And then Cody Rhodes took on Malachi Black, and Malachi Black got a bunch of cheers tonight, and Cody Rhodes got a bunch of boos, and I don't even blame them because I would boo his Homelander looking ass too. But to be honest, I could really be down with seeing Cody turn heel, even if apparently he doesn't want to, and especially if he does some sort of Homelander gimmick. I think he could be a really good heel. But towards the end of the match, while Cody was attacking Black, Malachi Black all of a sudden just sprayed a black mist into Cody Rhodes' face and rolled him up for the win. And then FTR took on Sting and Darby Allin, and there was a hilarious moment when Dax was laid out and Sting was standing against the ropes close to Cash, who hit him and caused him to fall forward and headbutt Dax's Harwood on the way down. But the match ended when Sting locked in the Scorpion Deathlock on Dax, and Cash tried to pull Dax towards the ropes, but Darby hit a coffin drop on Cash on the apron, and Sting submitted Dax for the win. And then in the main event, AEW Women's World Champion Britt Baker with Rebel and Jamie Hayter took on Ruby Soho. And this match had a lot of close finishes. Ruby seemingly kicked out of everything, including an avalanche air raid and a curb stomp. But in the end, Ruby hit Baker with her No Future Pele kick. And then Jamie Hayter and Rebel interfered to distract Ruby, and Baker used the distraction to apply the lockjaw submission and made her tap out. So overall, I don't think it was a bad Grand Slam event. I mean, the only thing that really lived up to my expectations personally was the Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson match, but that's being generous considering the ending. But I'm still excited for Rampage this Friday, and we'll see if it delivers.